is what the Arizona Cardinals have to do if they want to dominate the Tennessee Titans, because just winning isn't good enough.
The Ben Garcia Show. Yeah. Woo. Best show in the land. Yup. Listen. Come and get your information from Ben Garcia. Get the latest on your quarterback, running backs, and receivers. Tune in, so any other show you don't need them. Any news that he giving out, please just believe him. Giving out the latest prediction and top-notch analysis. Wanna hear the truth, better have thick skin like calluses. The latest move that your team just made can be damaging. The dudes ain't speaking no facts, they just be rambling. Lights, camera, action, turn on the show, go get the cameraman. Yeah. Lights, camera, action, turn on the show, go get the cameraman. The Ben Garcia Show.
And here we are. Sometimes we make mistakes on the show. That's just what happens. So we appreciate you guys tuning in here on the Ben Garcia Show. It's all fixed. We're back into it. But with that being said, got a lot of things to get into on this edition of the Ben Garcia Show. I was going off right there. My guy Chopezi, Ivan in the chat. Damn, he's going off too. Listen, sometimes we make mistakes. The Cardinals got me so messed up inside that sometimes I don't even have the microphone on to be able to speak into it. So with that being said, welcome into the Ben Garcia Show. It is 7 a.m. on a Friday. You guys know what time it is. We're talking all things Arizona Cardinals for a massive game on Sunday. We're not talking about, the Arizona Cardinals potentially being a team that is going into this game and they're, picking up the pieces. Like, optics matter this weekend. Yes, they need to get a win, but how they win matters than just getting a win. For my guys Michael, for my guys Ivan in the chat, appreciate you guys being here, and I apologize for having the microphone muted. That's why you guys are here. I'll glance down and look and make sure everything is okay, but sometimes that just happens. But with that being said, guys, let's dive right into it right here. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Follow me on all social media platforms at Ben Garcia Show. You guys have been doing that in bunches, as well as we have 4,000 subscribers the other day. In about 2 years, I'll take that. We're also closing in on 3 million lifetime views. So appreciate you guys continuously tuning into the show and doing everything you can. I appreciate you guys doing that and continuously tuning in. With that being said, we will start here. My guy Ivan in the chat is saying this has to be a get-right game. My guy Michael in the chat is saying they need to win by 20. 100%. Unfortunately, I think, as mentioned on Wednesday, get-right games are meant for good teams. Meaning, you're a really good team, you're the Green Bay Packers, you're looking ahead to the Dallas Cowboys, and you fall to the Cleveland Browns. We all know the Green Bay Packers are better than the Cleveland Browns, but they didn't show it on Sunday. It was time to right the ship. It was time to proverbially get right. This is a prove to everyone you are not grossly incompetent game. Optics matter. The way you win in this game absolutely freaking matters. The Cardinals not only need to win, they need it in the worst way possible. If the Cardinals win this game, I will not be talking about, okay, back on the playoff track, feel good about where they're at. The Cardinals could win by 50, and the title could be offensive explosion. And I still won't come in here and tell you, oh, they figured it out. They'll be on the right track. I'll say that there's some big signs, but this Tennessee Titans team is abysmal. The defense, I just got done talking with Tyler Rowland of Locked On Titans. You guys will get that conversation in the morning. I got up extra early to be able to film that. You guys will get that Saturday morning tomorrow at 10 a.m. But he had mentioned to me, this Titans defense isn't bad. It's not exactly elite, but it's not bad. The Cardinals are not going to just come out here and score 35 points willy-nilly. But they absolutely have the capabilities to do so. But when you combine a Titans defense that has got fine players on it, we're not calling anything crazy, but L'Jarius Sneed, Jeffrey Simmons is there. Like, they've got dudes. It's just not the best collection of talent. But for what is a mid defense, for a kind of just bad offense, there's no reason why you should expect the Arizona Cardinals to come out and win this game 30-0. Like, I know I come off sometimes as Mr. Negative. People just don't like to be told the truth, and I get that. The truth can sometimes be harsh. Maybe it's the way I grew up. Maybe it's the way I was raised. I don't know. I want to know exactly what's going on, and I want people to give it to me straight. So that when I'm telling you that this team is good, you know I actually believe it, and I'm not just blowing smoke up your you-know-what. There is no reason for me to believe that the Arizona Cardinals are going to come out here and score 35 points this weekend. There's a difference between they should and they will. The Cardinals have all the talent in this game. If you listed the top 10 players in this game, is there a singular Tennessee Titan on that list? Probably Jeffrey Simmons. He's probably, 5, 6? He's a pretty good interior defensive lineman. But outside of that, the Cardinals dominate this game from a talent perspective. They should come out here and dominate this game. But here's the other thing. Drew Petzing should be coaching for his job. Drew Petzing should be coaching for his job. If the Cardinals lose this game, let's say they lose 20-15, because once again, the defense held the opposing offense of the Tennessee Titans to minimal yardage and to minimal points. But the Cardinals still find a way to lose this game because of, once again, piss poor offensive production. Drew Petzing has to go. He has to be fired. I don't know if they will fire him. I've got to be honest with you. Like, the Cardinals press conferences this week, I have not been impressed. In fact, I've been thoroughly disappointed because it's continuously frustrating when you get gaslit and you're watching something every day with your eyes and you're saying Marvin Harrison Jr. and Kyler Murray aren't on the same page. Drew Petzing and Kyler Murray aren't on the same page. The offense is lackluster. And then you have Drew Petzing come to the podium week in and week out and say to you, no, it's fine. It's fine. You're the problem. I don't see anything wrong with it. You can only gaslit a fan base so many times. Jonathan Gannon saying after the San Francisco 49ers performance here, the offense is fine. You think there's something wrong with that. I don't. And this dates back to last year in training camp when we kept on peppering Jonathan Gannon with questions. Hey, this pass rush, it ain't great. Like, you're going to attack it somehow? And then Jonathan Gannon said to everyone, you think it's not great. I think it's great. And then the pass rush wasn't great. It was better than we thought it was going to be, but it was not a good pass rush. You can't continuously gaslight fans, media members, and people who cover this team from a national perspective, because then they are not going to take you very seriously. This is a massive game. If the Cardinals lose this game, everything is on the table. I need you to understand the magnitude of this. Put playoffs to the side for a second. Whether they win this game or whether they lose this game, in my eyes, they are no closer to a playoff berth. Sorry. Whether they win this game, they are no closer to a playoff berth. If they lose this game, then yeah, they're not going to make the playoffs. But if the Cardinals lose this game, think about what is at stake. People are really calling for Kyler Murray's head on a platter and are saying, you can't do this guy anymore. Jonathan Gannon, you are then, if you are me, saying to yourself, yeah, you can coach up the defense, but he has no spine to be able to fire Drew Petzing. And he's going to be losing the locker room. This is the type of game that can completely crumble what you've been building over the last 3 seasons. Success is delicate. It's a house of cards, man. Pull one card out, pull the right card out, and the whole thing could come tumbling down. You seen Monty Ossenfort's draft performances over the past couple years? Yuck. I mean, Darius Robinson, Darius Robinson, like people say Marvin Harrison Jr. is a bust. Darius Robinson, legitimately to this point, is a bust. He is. Maybe that gets fixed. Maybe that works out, but he's been injured. And when he's on the field, he's pretty invisible. Marvin Harrison Jr. is not a bust, but he was not worthy of the 4th overall pick. Tip Ryman is a blocking tight end. Could have done something better there. They decided not to. Elijah Jones can't get on the field. Like, that draft class looks abysmal right now. This draft class, outside of Will Johnson, what are we doing here? Doesn't look great either. So we're talking about Monty Ossenfort's job. Well, didn't go out and get players when we thought he could have. Did not do well in the draft. Maybe it's time for Monty Ossenfort to go too. Drew Petzing, if they lose this game, has to be gone. If he is not gone, you will not be taken seriously by anyone, including myself. You just won't be. This game is not a fun game to watch. This is going to be a very gross, frustrating game to watch. Because it doesn't matter how many points they're up, you can't talk yourself into, yep, they're a playoff contender for sure. Because you will keep on telling yourself, well, it's just the Tennessee Titans. I can't get over the moon because they demolished the Tennessee Titans. So this is what the Arizona Cardinals have to do. Defensively, this is where Nick Rallis and Jonathan Gannon really show their stuff. Like when you're playing against Sean McVay and when you're playing against Kyle Shanahan, it is like you are earning your stripes. But this is the game where Jonathan Gannon flexes his muscles. Nick Rallis flexes their muscles. My guy Jackie in the chat, broken 49ers beat the Rams, we're doomed. We're going to talk about that in a second here too. Don't you worry. I'll feed you baby birds. This is a game where defensively they have to flex their muscles. Bring blitzes. They don't need to be exotic, but bring blitzes. Put Cam Ward on his back. Press some wide receivers. And go out there and completely demoralize a Tennessee Titans team. It's not impossible. In fact, it probably should happen. You have to walk into there, State Farm Stadium, pepper the quarterback, put pressure on Cam Ward, make him speed up the mental clock. He's still getting adjusted to the NFL speed, cause a couple of turnovers, and show some full force dominance. And from the offensive side, show some life. Marvin Harrison Jr. should be getting open, no issues. This probably should be the game where Kyler Murray gives Drew Petzing the middle finger and says, fool Miles Morales, I'm going to do my own thing. And find guys open. That's what has to happen. This is the new version of the Arizona Cardinals offense. It needs to be a dominating performance. Will it be? I don't know. I expect them to win this game, but I think it's closer than a lot of people think. And that brings me to my main takeaway. I didn't want to bury the lead in Tennessee Titans, Arizona Cardinals. But my guy, Jackie Whittingham, is absolutely freaking right. It was demoralizing last night. And I posted this on Twitter, and it got some traction, like a lot of my stuff has been doing, and that's because of you guys, so thank you for that. I tweeted out last night at 8:18, so this game's almost over. It's incredibly frustrating and almost feels like an impossible task for the Cardinals to catch up to the 49ers and Rams. On one hand, you have Sean McVay and Kyle Shanahan playing mind games. And what I meant by that, I only have so many characters, but what I meant by that is it's exotic. They're making the other team guess. You have no idea what's coming. They're playing mind games. And on the other hand, I've got to watch Drew Petzing struggle to call a fly route. Tough. What Kyle Shanahan did last night with Mac Jones, Remember, there's no Ricky Pearsall. There's no Jawan Jennings. There's no George Kittle. It was Christian McCaffrey and a 75% Mac Jones. You could tell that dude was hurting last night. And he walked into Los Angeles and snatched the Rams chain. That's what happened. Like, we can talk about Sean McVay and how exotic it looked last night. I mean, there's one, like, it was pathetic that Sean McVay didn't give the ball to Matthew Stafford with a chance to win the game. If everyone knows you're going to run, you're doing the wrong thing, even if it's on 4th and 1. If you can't run the tush push to the level of the Philadelphia Eagles, maybe just put the ball in the hands of a top 20 quarterback, top 25 quarterback of all time. And Matthew Stafford was absolutely cooking. And you went through all that. You didn't, false starts. I'm sorry, not false starts, but trying to get them to jump off sides, calling timeouts, just to run it up the middle with Kyren Williams. That was pathetic and spineless. And Sean McVay's still an unreal head coach, Super Bowl winning head coach, but we all have bad moments. That was a bad moment last night from Sean McVay. I even said to myself, I was like, they're not running this ball. They're not running this ball. You have Matthew Stafford, Devontae Adams, and Puka Nacua. You're not running this ball. It's not happening. And they ran the ball and they paid the price for it. But it's incredibly frustrating. And it almost feels demoralizing and deflating. And like the Cardinals will never have any chance. That's what it felt like. I'm not saying that's the case, but that's what it felt like. Now, every game is different. And standalone games, you're always going to have a bigger opinion. So I want the caveat there as well that I could be just overreacting. But it's incredibly frustrating. Like, forget about the Seahawks who just snatched your chain last week. Look at the Niners and look at the Rams. Matthew Stafford was a machine last night. God, he looked good. Devontae Adams looked good. Like, if you asked me right now to pick a matchup between them and the Cardinals, like, what do you want me to say? You think I'm going to take the Cardinals? Like, no, I wouldn't. I would take the Rams, whether it was at home or away. Now, that can change. Cardinals beat them last year. But, like, right now, that team is a juggernaut, it feels like. I'd still probably take the Rams to come out of the NFC. That's how good they are. But it's frustrating when the Cardinals so clearly have better talent than the offensive personnel of the 49ers. Even when everyone is healthy on the 49ers. Christian McCaffrey, Jawan Jennings, George Kittle. I like when both teams are fully healthy, the offensive personnel of the Arizona Cardinals. And yet, it is not even close who the better offense is. Like, for everyone out there, like, I'm asking you to put your biases to the side for now. Like, let's say you are anti-Kyler Murray. That's totally fine. Like, I will never argue with someone who is so anti-Kyler Murray because I get it. There are no playoff wins in through 7 seasons. Like, I totally get it. He has made 1 playoff appearance, but I'm asking you to put your bias aside just for now. Can we agree that the offensive coordinator isn't helping? And it makes me judge Jonathan Gannon that much more harshly when he not only defends the actions of the offense and Drew Petzing, but celebrates it. Oh, there's nothing wrong here. No, it looks great. Drew Petzing gaslighting you that Marvin Harrison Jr. and Kyler Murray, yeah, a lot of star quarterback and wide receivers, they get off on the same page all the time. It's not a big deal. Like, just gaslighting you. And seeing Kyle Shanahan last night with 2 hands tied behind his back, blindfolded, walk into SoFi Stadium against a pretty much fully healthy Rams team and snatch their chain, that was demoralizing. From a optics perspective, if the Rams would have came in and beat the Niners 40-10, you'd have been like, yeah, Niners are really injured. We'll see what happens when they're healthy. Yeah, the Rams are that much better than the Niners right now. They're a juggernaut. Cardinals are fine. They just got to right the ship. It's not what we got last night. We got 2 offensive powerhouses going at it, and you kept staring at the screen saying to yourself, are the Cardinals ever going to get there? Like, this is just real. This is just honest. And, my guy saw in the chat, both teams just looked much better than the Cardinals. Both have GMs that make moves. Both traded for star players. What has Monty done? Drafted. All his picks are iffy right now at best. I mean, that's just a Monty Ossenfort perspective. That's not even the perspective of everything else. The head coach, I don't like being doom and gloom. I don't like, and I don't see it that way. I think of it as, this is me. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to give you my fair analysis of this team. But as of right now, the Cardinals have the worst head coach in the division. It's not saying that Jonathan Gannon's a bad head coach, but the division's so good in terms of coaching powers, the Cardinals have the worst one. And quarterback, here you go, Kyler Murray anti-people, I'll feed you. They have the worst quarterback in the division right now. And it all stems back to what's fixable. Well, I just watched Kyle Shanahan walk into SoFi Stadium with no Juwan Jennings, no Ricky Pearsall, no George Kittle, no Brock Purdy, and snatch the chain off of Sean McVay's neck. What am I supposed to say? How am I supposed to paint a picture for you uberly positive Cardinals fans that that what we saw is okay? Because it's not. It is deflating. And so I see Kyle Shanahan walk into SoFi Stadium without Pearsall, Kittle, Juwan Jennings, Brock Purdy, snatch the chain of Sean McVay in his home turf, and I have to sit there and try to convince myself that the Cardinals offense will ever get there under Drew Petzing. Put your Kyler Murray biases aside for a second. Put the injuries aside for a second. This offense needs a jolt. And it's why this weekend against the Tennessee Titans is so important. Show some life. Throw the ball deep downfield. I don't understand Drew Petzing's perspective. He is coaching like someone who isn't worried about their job security. If I was Drew Petzing and knew my job was hanging by, a thread, I would open up the playbook a little bit. But he doesn't do that. He has no interest in doing that. Because he knows right now his job is safe. And that's deflating for everyone in this chat. Joe Peasy brings up a good point. There was no Brandon Ayuk in that game either. No issues. No issues. Walked in and won that game. They got up 14-0. This team has talent. The Cardinals are not deficient in talent. Marvin Harrison Jr., a lot of us can still agree that he's got insane talent, and we think he can be an elite-level wide receiver. Trey Benson was a third-round pick. He's not playing in this game, but still. Trey McBride is an otherworldly tight end. The offensive line is one of the best pass-protecting offensive lines. Michael Wilson, every time he gets an opportunity, he seizes the moment. Zay Jones is just a very quality 3 wide receiver. It is not the personnel. And I know the Kyler Murray, anti-Kyler Murray crowd is trying to build this argument that it's all on Kyler. Guys, no one has more issue, or no one has an easier time going after Kyler Murray than me. But open your eyes. This is so clearly fixable. If you fire Drew Petzing and bring someone in and say, hey, rip it downfield. Because if McCorkle Jones can play the Los Angeles Rams and win against a really good defense, that's a really freaking good defense of the Rams. And the Cardinals just have no answers. They just have no answers, and you're just left there beside yourself, scratching your head. What are you watching? This weekend's important. This weekend's very important. They score 40 points this weekend. I'm not telling you that they're closer to the playoffs. Statistically speaking, yeah, they are. But opinion speaking, no. And, yeah, that's a good point, Saul. If the coaching staff trusts Kyler Murray, then show it. I've been saying that for weeks now. I don't know if they trust him. I just don't know if they do. And then we have a different conversation on our hands. I think they do, but they don't show it. This is a big weekend for optics. This game should be 27-3. The Tennessee Titans offense is a BB gun offense. Chigakongwu can't hold on to the ball. Calvin Ridley can't create separation. We talked about that in our Saturday preview show that I did with Tyler Rowland of Locked On Titans. Tony Pollard is more of a change of pace, third down back. He's not an every down guy. Tajay Spears might play in this game, but whatever. Their offensive line is abysmal. They can't protect Cam Ward. This game is ripe for the taking and ripe to right the ship for Cardinals fans that watched last night's Thursday night football game and just feel like it's impossible to win this division. Just feel like it's impossible. But it's ripe for the taking to make everyone feel better. Not fix what anyone is feeling, but make them feel more confident in what you're doing. Let it rip this weekend. Let Kyler Murray throw a couple of interceptions. You're going to beat the Titans regardless. I don't think you're going to lose this game. I think you're going to win this game. But this is a, let Kyler throw it downfield, cut it loose downfield. He throws the pick, whatever. I'm not worried about Cam Ward and the offense of the Titans to make the Cardinals pay for having 3 turnovers in this game. Show some signs of life. Show some signs of urgency. Show some signs if you're Drew Petzing concerned that your job could be lost if you lose this game. And my guy Brian in the chat too, man. Everyone's making good points this morning. Need to stop drafting culture guys and draft just dogs. Brian, it's good to see you in the chat this morning. I haven't seen you in a while, man. Good to see you in the chat. But that's what it is, man. That's what this is. It's an optics weekend. Can you make the opposing team feel your presence? Can you separate yourself from the mere garbage that is the Tennessee Titans right now? They reside in the garbage of the NFL. The question is, are you willing to join them there and win by 2 points or lose this game outright? This needs to be an easily cover the spread game. They gotta have it. They gotta have it. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. That being said, guys, it's funny. Here's a joke. My wife wanted me to say this. I wonder if she can still hear me. She's definitely still here. She's definitely in the other room. But she's listening to the new Taylor Swift album, which, I never go after anyone for liking Taylor Swift. Whatever. You like your music, you like your music. But me and my wife are obviously very close. We have a 21-week ultrasound today. We're gonna see our daughter on the screen. It's gonna be really great. But I told her, and I'm kind of joking with her tongue in cheek, and I said to her, I go, hey, does it ever get tiring listening to the same lyrics just in a different order by the same artist in the same version of a song over and over and over again? And she said, I don't know. Does it get tired of watching your same football team lose every Sunday? And I just said, that's a fair point. It is a fair point. So with that being said, guys, have a heck of a weekend. We will be here on Monday recapping this Arizona Cardinals game at 7 a.m. Follow me on all social media platforms at Ben Garcia Show. For everyone in the chat here. Oh, reminder, you have a preview game. So me and Tyler Rowland of Locked On Titans filmed before this show at 6 a.m. That is going to be up tomorrow at 10 a.m., 10:30 a.m., right around then in the morning time. And you will get that as well. Another preview matchup with a guest on the Saturday special editions of the Ben Garcia Show. So with that being said, have a heck of a weekend, guys. For everyone in here, Chill Peasy, my guy Ivan, Michael Evans, Saul, and Brian in the chat. Appreciate you guys being here. I think Trevor is in here as well. My guy Jackie Whittingham. For everyone in the chat, thank you so much for making this show a part of your day. 4,000 subscribers strong as of a couple of days ago, and closing in on 3 million lifetime views in just a little over 2 years. That is to the dedication of you guys, the Ben Garcia Show fans, listeners, tuner-inners of the show. So appreciate you guys being here. Have a heck of a weekend. Hopefully the Cardinals get a dub. We will be here on Monday at 7 a.m. recapping it. Stay safe. I will talk to you guys Monday. And until Monday, it's been the Ben Garcia Show.